Hello and welcome to Lunar Soul Tarot. I'm Ali and you probably normally just hear my voice, but I thought we'd do something for fun today, and it helps you learn very much about the tarot itself. Did you know that you each have a tarot archetype which reflects your spiritual path? And it's done by basic numerology. Many of you will be familiar with numerology. To get your main path, what you do is you add up the numbers of your birthday. So for me, it's 14 July 1959. And that basically all adds up and breaks down to a number 9. So my card is a number 9. So, and we will get to what that is in a short while. So today I've got the Old Aquarian Tarot on the deck by David Palladini. So I nearly said Leo Palladini. He wrote the hairdressing manuals, so slightly different, but just as skilled. So David Palladini. So perhaps, well, let's work backwards. Why not? Okay, so if we go, so 9 gives you the Hermit card. So my spiritual path is linked to the Hermit path. So that means that I could use that as a significator, get your teeth in, for a reading for myself if I wanted to, or I could use one of the court cards in the tarot. And number 9 is the number of completion. So it's also the number of the teacher, the guide, and because in itself it's a complete number, it means that as an individual or a personality, I tend to sort of go my own path, if you like. That doesn't mean I sort of walk off and leave everybody behind, but what it does mean is that I'm quite happy to spend time on my own, with my thoughts, with my meditations, if you like, and it means that I also spend a lot of time sort of gaining knowledge and focusing on my spiritual path. So, and if you've ever worked with the tarot or you know anything about the tarot, when you meet the Hermit, and in this one, yes, he is carrying a lamp here with the sort of star there. He's quite often there to sort of support or guide other people, show their way. So quite often, another depiction of Hermit is of a wizened old man with a lamp, standing on the top of a mountain, because he's not, doesn't always take the easy road. So I'll take the high road and you take the low road, that kind of thing. So it gives you an insight into your character. So if your birthday numbers add up to number 8, you actually, if you're a follower of the Rider-Waite system, which was formed at the beginning of the 20th century. We're in the 21st century now. So, but in the sort of early 1900s, you will come, 8 is our strength card. In this card, it's depicted as a man, and he's got, looks like an Afghan hound there. So Afghan hounds were very popular in the 70s, and Afghan hounds were used to hunt lions. And the classic image is of a woman holding or opening the mouth of a lion. So, and what the strength card means is actually someone who's aligned with their feminine powers. So that's their intuition and on a practical level. So she is able to handle the lion. So there's a lot more that goes into this, but because at one time sort of animal mouths, like tigers and lions and such, were often seen as like portals into other worlds or other kingdoms. But she's not using brute force, or they're not using brute force, they are using their softer skills to actually handle and open that lion. So the card of strength is about inner strength. It's about how you use your inner strength and apply it to the outer world or the physical world. So if your card is the strength card, that's you. So if you don't follow the Rider-Waite system and you go with the older tarot, let's see if I can find it, that gives you the Justice card. So in effect, number 8, you can choose either. So, and the Justice card, of course, is the natural law and balance of society, and the realization that things have to be balanced and adjusted, and laws of nature have to be followed to be able to create that balance in life. So to a degree, she upholds the swords of justice and holds the scales. But it's much more about earthly law than it is about and understanding the cycles. And quite often in this card, we don't have it in this one, I don't think, but quite often you will see what they call a lemniscate, which is like a figure 8 sat on its side. So they're both about learning about the laws of the outer world and how to apply them to yourself and the world itself. So that's the alternative. So number 7 is the Chariot. So if you come in as number 7, this is your card, the Chariot. So, and the Chariot, let's have a look at the depiction here, is usually seen, he's dressed as a warrior, but it can be a woman as well. And the Chariot is going out into the world, being pulled by 2 different forces. the astrological symbol for this is Cancer, and if you think about Cancer, it's got a hard outer shell and a soft middle, very tasty as well. Sorry, I probably shouldn't say that, I'm going to upset a lot of people, but there you go. So it's about going out and going forth, but also maintaining the balance and the harmony of the different forces as he goes. So if you come in at a number 7, you might find yourself being one of the world's balancers, who is forever adjusting forces. And if you think about the number 7 itself in numerology, it's the number 4, which is the card of which is the number of stability, and it's the number 3, which is the number of the Trinity, or productivity, and it's balancing the powers between heaven and earth. So, which is a fantastic skill. So, number 6. So if you come in your number at number 6 is the Lovers, originally called the Choice card. And if you think about number 6 is another one for creating harmony, or they just naturally bring harmony to their world. It used to be called the Choice card, because number 6 was also the number of marriage. And in this depiction we have a sort of lord and a lady looking at one another. But if you think about it, years ago, when people set up a marriage, it wasn't, or very often wasn't, done for love as such. It was a contract or an agreement between 2 families, 2 tribes, 2 parties. It was a negotiation and a settlement. So if you're a natural negotiator, good at making choices and bringing harmony and balance to your world, you are a number 6 card. So, number 5, it's like doing the rundown at the top of the pops, isn't it? Gosh, how old am I? Some of you will never have heard of Top of the Pops. Get on YouTube and have a look. So number 5 is the Emperor. So, and the Emperor is sometimes called the Hierophant or the Counselor. So, and he represents priesthood, from ancient times, if you like. And so he was all the knowledge and the wisdom of the practical spiritual world. So he's the established doctrine or belief system. So it's a traditional card. There's an element of tradition to it, but because it's a number 5, it's a flexible number. Number 5 is the number of movement. So he can grow and bend with the times. He's also very good at accruing earthly power and earthly abundance. And he's the one even kings go to for counsel. So he's like the sort of top advisor, if you like. So if you find yourself in a position of authority and also a brilliant agony aunt as well, or advisor, that's you. Okay. Number 5. So number 4 is the Emperor, and again it's a masculine energy, but again these energies can be applied to the feminine as well. So and the Emperor, being a number 4, usually sits on or often sits on a throne or a square cube, because his job is to bring stability and to use his powers positively. And if you a good emperor allocates and what's the word? Gives out resources, provides resources for all of his kingdom. So he's all the 4 kings put together. So all the 4 elements put together. So if you think of a good emperor, he makes the best choices for his people. One from the 20th century I can think of was Haile Selassie, who's the head of the Rastafarian movement, or was put at the top of the Rastafarian movement, and he made what he considered to be, or what he hoped to be, the best decisions for his country, so and for his subjects. And sometimes that's not an easy task to do. So, but it's done with logic and with clarity. So that's our Emperor. So number 3 is the Empress. And the Empress, if you're a number 3, is all the feminine attributes of power. So she's also a fertility goddess in the sense of the Greek goddess Demeter. So she's goddess of the field, of the land, of the managed land as well as the wild land. So she's the natural nurturer, a mother. She's the mother energy. So that doesn't mean that you either have to be male or female. What it means is you are good at managing and creating that energy and providing the physical abundance and the emotional abundance that's required to be a good feminine ruler. So that means you care for and you think about the more feminine side of the community as well. So that's, I suppose, she'd be the goddess of well-being these days. Not that I love that phrase, but so she wants to make sure that people aren't just provided for on a sort of material and lateral level as the Emperor does, but she's also you're provided for in your home comforts and everything that makes you happy and feel abundant. So that's our Empress. And at number 2, we have our High Priestess. So quite often, there are 2 pillars in the corner here. The Empress is in charge of the spiritual world, or is the Priestess she's holds the gateway and the keys of the spiritual realm. So that's everything on a metaphysical level, as opposed to the priest or the Hierophant, if I can find him again. So he thinks about it on a more physical level. So he works religious and spiritual energy on a more practical level. The priestess does it in the feminine level, so she's the advisor on our dreams, our intuition, and all of those. So she's the moon goddess, if you like, so she reflects back to us and guards us from the darker realms, or helps take us through the darker realms of the spiritual world as well. So that's our High Priestess. So if you think about the priestess in sort of Greek history and mythology, they're very much about the think of the sort of priestess of Sybil and the sort of Delphic oracles. She would be applying spiritual healing as well as reading a crystal ball and all that kind of thing. So there she is. So, and at number 1 we have the Magician. And if you know anything about your tarot journey, the Magician is actually the second character you'll meet. So, and the Magician is about mastery, about self-mastery over the elements. Because if you look at his altar, he will have a representation of all the elements there. So he has a sword, oh, I can't see too. He has a wand. He also has a receptacle for water, and he will have something, a pentacle or something there to, yes, a pentacle to represent earth. Okay, so he's the master of all those 4 elements, and when you come into the spiritual path of the tarot, so, and you're never quite sure, so he could be, if you like, a sort of fantastic guitarist or something like that, because he'll have all the techniques and he'll know how to do it on an almost mental level. So he's very independent, and he's very has a lot of initiative, and you're never quite sure if his magic is real or if it's an illusion. So he could be sort of Darren Brown, or he could be Gandalf. Do we know? Maybe not. So, and for the, I don't have the card here, but for reference, sort of on the path of the major cards, the Fool is all of us. We are all the Fool, taking a leap into the unknown. That's what we do as readers or interpreters of the tarot. So the Fool is a significator for all of us. And these, have I got them all here? Yeah, these 9 cards, let's get that the right way round, you are one of these archetypes. So get your calculator out or your mobile phone, add up the numbers for your birthday, and then you'll find which character you are, or your archetype is, in the path of the tarot. So, and it's the first 9 cards, and you add it up in the same way you would if you were doing numerology. Okay, so each single digit together, and then say for instance it comes to 36, then you add the 3 and the 6 and break it down to a 9, etc. So just a fun way to start learning the tarot and finding out a little bit more about your spiritual path. Hope this helped. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to do another one of these as well, using astrology, because I bet pretty much all of you know which astrological sign you are, but do you know which card that's reflected in our tarot deck? Well, keep watching and you'll find out. Thank you very much. Cheers.